Hisoka and Gon are involved with each other a lot during Hunter x Hunter. But what if Gon fought Hisoka again? Last time we saw them fight was during Heaven's Arena. The reason they fought in Heaven's Arena was because they met during the Hunter exam, and Gon didn't really have much of a fight against Hisoka, but they competed against each other and Hisoka did beat Gon up. And then during Heaven's Arena, Gon wanted to fight Hisoka to give him his badge back and to fight him. When he first found Hisoka, Hisoka wouldn't let him fight him yet since he didn't know Nen. But real fast, Gon and Killua learned Nen. So then Hisoka and Gon were set to fight. During the fight, Gon actually did pretty good and managed to land some hits. However, Hisoka was clearly superior, a way more skilled Nen user, way more experienced, and just out of Gon's league. At times, even playing and toying with Gon, who Hisoka sees as his future rival and opponent that he's toying with now and that he'll still beat later on once Gon reaches his potential. It's all a game for Hisoka. And Hisoka might have not been trying his hardest during the fight, and he was giving him some chances to improve and go up against him for Hisoka just to have fun and help Gon improve and get closer to his potential. So it's possible that means Hisoka is probably even more likely out of Gon's league. Hisoka is always so interested in Gon, and Gon is often annoyed by Hisoka, by him teasing him or Hisoka coming off as evil and someone he's currently below that he one day wants to be able to beat. And I believe that Hisoka is supposed to be Gon's last big fight in the series, or a big fight he eventually has once he reaches his full potential or is a lot stronger. And it seems this is very likely because even Hisoka is currently still getting stronger. So with how strong we know Gon's going to be as an adult and how much potential he has, and with Hisoka already being so strong and powerful and then him still improving, it's going to be in a really amazing, unpredictable, just cool matchup that can potentially happen that has such a good build-up, and they have such a unique relationship between each other. Gon being annoyed, fed up with Hisoka. They're not exactly enemies, but they're not friends or allies either. After the fight during Heaven's Arena, Hisoka let Gon know in Heaven's Arena the next time they fight, it's going to be the last time they fight, because Hisoka is planning on fighting him when he's reached his full potential and still managing to beat him and put an end to him, breaking Gon and letting it be known that he will always be superior. It seems Gon is going to be more likely stronger by the time they fight. Even though Hisoka is becoming more powerful, it just doesn't seem he's ever going to be on the same level as adult Gon. Maybe because there's still a lot of time until Gon is the age we saw when he was adult Gon. So Hisoka still has a lot of time to improve and become more powerful, and he is. So maybe when the time comes, it's going to be very confusing and unpredictable because they're going to both be so powerful, and it's going to be hard to tell who's more powerful, and it will just end up being a very competitive and great matchup between the two. I see Gon winning the match because, sure, Hisoka is looking to beat Gon. But I believe since Gon is the main character of the series and usually the main character and the good character is supposed to win, it's going to be a very close fight or a challenge in his way, and he's going to manage to overcome it and beat Hisoka. I believe this fight's going to happen in a long time. I don't think that we're going to see this in Hunter x Hunter soon. I think that by the time we get to the end of the series and a lot more of the story is made, we are gonna see them fight. I'm sure as it gets closer, Hisoka and Gon might start becoming more rude to each other, or Hisoka might just be sneaky and try to get under Gon's skin, or let it be known the whole time till their final fight that he's still superior, or make Gon doubt himself. If they were to fight again, there's a good chance it would be in Heaven's Arena. The first time they fought properly was in Heaven's Arena, and Hisoka fought Chrollo in Heaven's Arena, and Heaven's Arena is just in general the place in Hunter x Hunter where Nen users and just fighters fight. Now obviously, since Hisoka has way more experience, like some of the experience he got going up against Chrollo, and Chrollo had prep time, and it was a very impressive performance from Hisoka since he was able to do so well. He lost, but how good he was able to do in the situation showed how powerful he was, and he's able to learn from that situation. And now it's possible that he's going to be able to try to take some things from that experience he got against Crollo and the fact that he lost, because he's never lost before that. And Hisoka always had this mindset of he's the most superior, he can beat anyone because he never lost. But for the first time he was beaten by someone. So now maybe he'll try to be more careful and he'll make even more sure that he has a better chance at beating his opponent, understanding his opponents better, and doing more things to become more powerful and a better Nen user overall. Or even maybe he'll try to use prep time himself. I doubt this though, because Hisoka's not really the type to use prep time. He just likes having a random encounter and going against an opponent using their Nen and just their raw power, proving he's just, in terms of power, the better Nen user and superior. Another reason I think in the future Hisoka might have an advantage is because he's more intelligent than Gon. Gon is not that smart of a character, but Hisoka is clearly pretty clever and highly intelligent. One's intelligence can make a big difference in their decision makings during a fight and how good they are in terms of their battle IQ, at improving, learning, adapting, all these different things. How they're able to figure things out during a fight or their opponent's strategy. Like how we saw against Castro. Hisoka went up against him. Castro had this unique trick and he had a double. Hisoka stayed calm, was able to figure out his opponent, was dominated a little bit during the beginning and things seemed against him. But he stayed calm, figured Castro out, and then beat him. And that's what he's planning to do to Gon when they fight again. Because he had beat Castro in the past and Castro wanted to get revenge, just like Gon. But he wants it to be known that he's always superior to them. And that's his exact plan, yet again, with Gon. I think their next matchup is going to be very intense. It's going to be an amazing battle. Probably one of the best fights in the entire series. And it may even be the end of Hisoka, because he's going to get beat again, and Gon is the main character, so it makes sense for him to put an end to the biggest villain and sort of enemy that he's had the entire series. So maybe Hisoka will die. Obviously, Gon will have a lot more experience by then. He'll be more powerful by then. And we know for sure he's going to get a lot more powerful. But we don't exactly know how much experience he'll get by then, or if his intelligence will improve by then. And those things of course matter for him to be a better Nen user and fighter. One more thing is Hisoka is very sneaky, so he'll probably use mind tricks, try to get in the mind of Gon, manipulate him. In the beginning, Hisoka is usually not the most offensive fighter. He usually just tries to dodge and toy with his opponents, showing that they're nothing against him, just like we saw against Castro or Gon in the past, or even some other competitors during the Hunter exam. I'm assuming that's how he's gonna fight Gon. And then once he proves Gon can't touch him, he'll go after him and dominate him. I think another question that really matters is, will Hisoka really wait till Gon is fully powerful to fight him? Or will Gon try to fight Hisoka before he reaches his full potential? Maybe he got stronger, but maybe he's not quite at his full potential, and Hisoka might not know that. Or Gon will just force it, which can cause Gon to potentially more likely lose. Obviously, this is just a possibility, but this will matter a lot too. And at times, Gon can be impatient and get really angry and just rage, like we see throughout the series. So he can actually cause himself to lose. There's so many different things that matter, but I just don't see Gon losing. And if they were to fight again, I think they're going to be way more powerful. I think it's going to actually be a very close fight, and we'll be surprised by how much Hisoka improves by then, as well as how much Hisoka's intelligence is going to help him perform and hold his own against Gon, as well as just more experience. But just like I've already mentioned, I believe most likely Gon would win. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.